Been a pretty long weekend. I gotta get kind of fired back up here a little bit. I have to take some time this morning, kind of reorganize myself, reorganize my thoughts, figure out exactly where I'm gonna go. That's exactly what direction I need to go with this go-kart project. Got a lot that's happened in the past probably couple weeks, so I guess I should probably do a video explaining it all, but I don't think it's quite time yet. But things are going to change a little bit. Maybe more for me than for you. Let's see. But I got to get myself reorganized here. I've got parts in places, but I don't really need them. So I kind of just got to reorganize myself a bit and get my head back into the game. Got some parts that came in for this thing, and I need to see how this is going to sit. I'm also getting a new welder coming in here in the next, hopefully this week. Let me show you what I got going on here. I should probably do part of the video here. Don't worry about that here. This one, there we go. All right. Hi. I've got two little boxes right here, and then I'm still waiting on what's just coming today. One big box. This is my steering knuckle for the steering system for this thing. It is a universal part. This is supposed to fit into the steering box that I ordered. So we'll see. I'm gonna hang on to that. I'll do a video. Well, I'll do part of the video explaining all that. I've got to get. This is supposed to fit, I think, 1/2-inch pipe. So I got to get some 1/2-inch pipe, and I'll probably chain drive this. Hello, sir. Happy birthday. Every time I come in here, I just gotta make so much noise that I probably wake somebody up. Get to school. What time do you go to school, kid? These are tie rod ends. See you later. Thanks for subscribing. These are my tie rod ends for my axles right here. I'm gonna put these in right away. See where they end up. Yeah, so these little Chinese parts, they're definitely not made correctly. Fix that later. On one end, oh, I might just be an idiot. That's possible. Oh, I've got little cotter pins in there for me too. Awesome. So I definitely need to cut. I gotta figure out where I'm putting this front end. I think what I'm gonna do is I might just extend it all the way out and have this thing be a freaking I can't tell which way. This has got to go that way, right? Yeah, that would make the most sense. Just like that. Oh, almost lost you. Alright. Nice to see this thing actually mechanically come together. So those are my tie rod ends right there. You know what I gotta do? I gotta look up the dimensions of my steering rack that I got. Let's see what exactly we're dealing with here. Un momento, por favor. There we go. So let's see what we got going on. Yeah, it's definitely coming today. All right, cool. Another Chinese part. There we go. That doesn't help me. Hi. How are you doing? Well, right now I'm just looking up some part dimensions so I know exactly what I'm doing with what's behind me here. I'm building a T-bucket style go-kart for a build competition that me and two other guys got into. And we're gonna build these things and compete with them. Well, by compete with them, I mean compete with each other. We're doing a couple challenges. And I have to be done by fabrication, at least the majority of the fabrication, in the next 2 weeks. Because after these 2 weeks, I've got a lot of work that is piled up, and I just have to get started on it. So, how long is the go-kart, or how long do I have? I've got until August, but I need to get the majority of my welding work done. I want to get the roller done in these next 2 weeks. No, I don't have a drawing. This is up there. All right. I'm doing all sorts of welding. So I'm using flux core for the frame. I've got some stick. And then yes, there will be some TIG welding, but I shouldn't need too much. I do a lot of TIG welding, just not on this particular project because it's a lot of dirty metal. So I need to take some measurements while I'm here. Oh, I got 2 spares, look at that. Oh man, I'm itchy. All right, this is trash. This is trash. That's for something else. I need my soapy stone in a clean spot. So yeah, I kind of draw this thing as I go. Right now, my drawing is going to be over here. I need to be a little bit more organized than what I am currently. So, all right. Let me clean off the spot so I can make a drawing right here. I need to smoothen that up a little bit. Question is, where did I put my grinder? Where the hell did I put my grinder? Never mind. I put it in the most inconvenient spot possible. One thing I can do, you know what, I didn't even think about that. I have to weld screens up. I mean, I'll survive for now, but. So yes, I am using, so I have a $500 spending limit, but the caveat is that we can use anything we have laying around to make this thing. And that doesn't count towards the budget. So I have a ton of this epoxy coated pipe that I'm using for the frame. And it is more than stout enough to be the frame. Matter of fact, it's probably too stout. This thing's probably gonna be heavy. And then, as far as engine, I'm kind of keeping that a secret until it comes time. So yeah, we're almost there though. Matter of fact, the donor vehicle is probably gonna pick it up this weekend, so I can tear it down and get it down to the bare necessities that I need. But that's why I need to get the roller done, so I can put that up on the table here. I just got to decide how long I actually need this, because my intention was to keep this as short as possible, but the more I'm looking at it, and the more parts that I add, the more I'm realizing that I may not be able to keep it as short as I really wanted to. I wanted to put it like back, front end like back here, but I know the casing and all the shit that I need to put up front right to the end of these. So, now I think that's a pretty good spot to put it, to be honest. I should probably put the front end right there. All right. With this, I need a straight edge. I need my angle one. That's and this. Well, I'm not using any fiberglass. So here, I'll show you. Whoops. So that's the seat. Well, I'm not putting a body on it. It's gonna be bare like this. So that's the seat right there. That's gonna be the cowl, or the dash, I guess. And then I'm gonna put an engine in here, in between the front axle and the first cross member, and then my pedals and stuff is gonna be right on that first bar. And then that rear drive is an ATV axle. And then yes, I got an engine going right where the camera's gonna go right there. So. And then I'm going to draw right here. But I need to bring this in. I also have a $500 spending limit, so I'm already kind of pushing that limit with some of the parts that I got. So I don't really have money to be putting a body on it. It's also not supposed to be like that. It's a Model T, kind of. So I just gotta see how wide I want to make the front. How much room do I got right here? I want this thing to steer, like, really well. I'm gonna find the center. I'll get it finished in time. I have a self goal of getting this roller done by the end of next week. Or actually really the end of this week. So, that's the center right there. That's about the center. So, starting to realize that steering rack that I got might be a little larger than I thought. There. Yeah, it's a little wider than I thought it was. That's all right. That's not that big of a deal. But that steering rack is going to have to go underneath instead of on top. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, don't overthink it. Yeah, you're right. Definitely don't overthink it. That's going underneath it like that. All right, so I've got to go 10 inches there. I really want to go. Okay. So yeah, we'll go to a foot. So the front will definitely go I need to get my tractor's four-wheel drive fixed too. Yeah. All right. So I've got 20 inches. 20 inches. Well, actually, I got what? $21.3/8. $21.3/8. Worry about this stuff later. God. So I've got there, there. from there. Basically. So that's 20 right there. And then, so in roughly 6 inches, I need to get down to a foot. I need to figure out angles. And if I want it to come up some too, which I probably do. We'll see. I'll worry about that later. So in 6 inches, I gotta get down to a foot. Let's redraw that. I need to do it from an edge. Well, actually, what do I got here again? We'll call it 21 1/4. So 21 1/4 inches. I need to get down to 12. So I've got a triangle. So, and I need to get it done in roughly 6 inches. That's a 90-degree angle. This my 21 1/4 minus 6. 21 minus 6 is 15. Wait, what? What the hell am I saying? Why does my brain hurt so bad today? It's got to be reduced by how much? 9 1/4. 9 1/4 divided by 2. 4 3/4. 4 3/8. So then that means that this angle is less than 45. Well, I mean, this is less. These are both less than 45. What's this one? Is 41. I'm sorry, other way around. $49.6, so 50. Okay. I mean, I could have just drawn it out, but in the corner. Just like that. Right? Let me show that at the right side. I know this is boring to watch. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Make sure this is square. It is not. Look at that. That's square. Is that square? God, it doesn't look like it from here. So if I set this to a 50-degree angle and go 6 inches down, well, I guess that wouldn't be a 50-degree angle. That would be 41, right? Let's just go to the 45 and see where that goes. Maybe it'll get us close enough. I might get us close enough. That might do it. Right. I keep stabbing myself. Oh, shit. That's right. Quarter. Oh, fuck. What happened? What the hell? Oh. That's all right. Try again. What did we end up with here? We ended up with roughly 8 inches. Yep, that's not going to fly. All right, so let's go with the 51. Let's go with the 51. That's looking a little bit better. That seems more legitimate there. Yeah, that's about what I wanted. That shit. Yep. Trust the math. That's 7.5 inches. Well, 7 inches, I guess. Right there. Okay. There we go. There's that. can't see. Inch and a quarter make a mark. Inch and a quarter make a mark. Bam. So that angle's 51 degrees, huh? Degrees. About 6 1/4. What do I have over here? Why is it different? I want it to be that one. 7. All right. There we go. Oh, that is off center. Why is that? Why is it so far off? All right, well, that's fine. But that seems to be the number that I need right there. No. So then this is 7 inches. So I need 2 pieces of pipe, 7 inches long, with a 51-degree angle cut on both sides. Well, not necessarily. Well, yeah, necessarily. Because then I need to make this piece here. That piece. make it back straight. I need to make another piece that's straight before I do that. Need to make it out straight like that, and then put a plate across the front. Let's do that. Time is it? I've got enough time to cut a couple pieces. Well, I may not. I have enough time to set up to cut a couple pieces. So I'll set my saw up, see how far I get. Need these right now. All right, so oh, not plugged in. There we go. Think about that a second. 31 degrees right there. Okay. How long did I say the pieces need to be? 7 inches? Yeah, 7 inches. Yeah, okay. I need to build like a block for that. What time is it? Ah, I got a couple minutes. Good. So that's one. And what did I cut this out of? 7 3/4. All right. We'll do the same. If I need to trim it down, I'll trim it down. Ah! Okay. So that means, well, let me put you over here. Alright, this is literally gonna go right like that. Right like that. That seems to be about right. Alright. We're just gonna go with it. And then I'll get this set up for tomorrow. So, I need to cut this. Another 39 degrees. Okay. Boom. Two. Equal. Okay, there's two pieces right there. I'll end up cutting these out. Just like this. 1, 2. Straight pieces. Whop, bam, boom. All done. All right. I gotta get going. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and watching. And we'll see you later.